Alrighty, welcome to another episode of iSober. Welcome back to this show. My name is George, and this is a podcast dedicated to recovery, hope, and second chances. Whether you're clean and sober today, struggling with addiction, or struggling with someone you love, we're glad you're here. Today's episode is another reminder that recovery is possible, and it's one day at a time. Today, we have somebody with a powerful story, real experience, and a message of hope that people need to hear. So today we have Winston, and go ahead and introduce yourself.
Alright, my name is Winston Landrum, and this is my testimony. Alright, my early childhood years, let's see. I was born here in Yukon, Oklahoma. My grandmother came and got me when I was 3. My parents split up. I went to New Orleans. I grew up on 500 acres, had a great childhood life.
Wait, 500 acres in New Orleans?
Well, the outskirts, the swamp that surrounds New Orleans.
That's still great, yeah.
The swamp that surrounds New Orleans, that's where I'm from.
That's awesome.
Our property line actually stretches across Louisiana and Mississippi state line.
Okay, so would you consider yourself like a country boy type?
Swamp.
Okay. Yeah, see, when I think of New Orleans, I think of like big city. You know, I don't ever think...
It's a real small city.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
Really. As a matter of fact, wild boar run loose through the city.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's a thought.
Alright. So anyway, I grew up there. My grandfather taught me how to hunt, fish, track, everything. We fished everything. We fished alligator, shrimp, oysters, you name it, we fished it. And that was just our daily life. You know, we did it every season. My dad slowly came into my life, moved in with my grandparents, moved into a trailer across the way from my grandparents. And I started working with him when I was 12. By the time I was 16, I was running the framing crew for him.
Okay.
Made good money. Backtrack just a little bit. My childhood, I met my first wife in the 5th grade. We didn't get married in the 5th grade, but she was actually the first girl like his slept with, and I married her.
And this is in the 5th grade?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I met her in the 5th grade.
Early development.
Well, I met her in the 5th grade. By the time we were 16, we got married.
Right.
But we stayed together all the way up until Hurricane Katrina hit.
Oh, wow. Which I remember you saying you were a part of this hurricane, right?
Yeah, I stayed for it.
Yeah.
So Jessica wanted to run for the hurricane. We had one come right before Katrina that hit. We was in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi at the time, which is right there.
How old were you?
26.
Okay.
Katrina hit August 29th, 2005. I never will forget it, man. It was crazy. After the hurricane had left, first it was just all wind, 180 mile an hour sustained wind. It was crazy. Buildings was falling down next to us, these townhouses. My grandparents owned a townhouse, so we stayed in it for a little while. And the ones around us were coming down, except for us. And Trey was about 6 months old, 7 months old.
Which is your first son?
My first son. And then Whitney and Rachel, Rachel was the oldest. Rachel was about 6, maybe 7.
Okay.
Anyway, 180 mile an hour sustained winds just went on for 6-7 hours. Then, the sun came out, birds wasn't chirping, but it was real pretty. Sun came out, rain stopped, wind stopped, and then all of a sudden the water came. And we got the full 36 foot, dude, in less than 3 minutes.
Really?
It was crazy.
That is intense.
It was crazy. Knee-deep water on the 2nd floor.
Wow.
And
how they say calm before the storm, huh? Or what's the saying?
Calm before the storm.
Calm before the storm.
Well, anyway, when the water went away, we went out for a walk to see all the damage, and it was crazy. There was bodies hanging from trees. It was just insane. It looked like a war zone.
And had you already experienced addiction at this point?
Oh yeah,
or were you just a normal user?
I was already shooting Oxycontin and fucking with crack.
So when is the first time that you remember doing any drugs?
My first drug was Oxycontin.
Okay.
And I did that at 16.
Wow. And was this as a couple or just on your own?
Just me.
Okay.
She never was with it. That's what caused our demise, actually. Caused our divorce. I was 26 when I got divorced the first time. And it hit me hard, man. It took me 10 years to get over that. Then fell into drinking, whatever you had, I did.
Yeah.
At that point.
And could you tell from 16 on to 26, I mean, that's a 10-year span. Could you notice the difference it made in your relationship? Obviously, knowing each other your whole life, you had to have seen a little bit of the progression.
I seen her closing off and building walls.
Okay.
Want to know where the money went and all.
The lies
things like
started, all that.
Well, no, I was completely honest.
Okay.
I never lied to her.
Okay.
We had that thing going, I never lied to her. Oxycontin got to where it was way expensive, and I went to heroin after that. And we just route 17 miles east into New Orleans, where you can throw a rock in any direction, hit a heroin dealer. So I started shooting heroin after that. Well, after I came back to Oklahoma City, 2017.
Right.
And 2017, I went to rehab over here in Oklahoma City for my family. I didn't want it. And, the whole time I'm thinking, man, can't wait to get out, business as usual, just got to get back to the swing of things, get them off my back.
Right.
Because at the time, they're still not supporting me, but supporting me. I'm still living in one of my mom's houses.
You just want to look good at this point.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm still living in one of her houses. I don't pay no bills. My mom paid my bills all the way up until she died. It was easy to manipulate her because she wasn't there in my childhood. So I could use whatever I wanted to. I got a Range Rover. I had dirt bikes, four-wheelers, whatever I wanted. I got. My mom got a new car, brand new car every year. And I get the old car, BMW, whatever she had.
Right.
All the way up until she passed away. When she passed away, I pitched away my inheritance. I shot it up in less than 2 years. And it was a significant amount. It was really...
Yeah,
I should have been set for life.
Just by how you were talking about brand new car each, you'd have to make pretty good money for that.
I should have been set for life. Well, my mom started out illegal, actually. Okay. She was from Mexico. She married a wealthy man, and that's, after my dad, and after they split up, and that's actually who she left my dad for, and they stayed together all them years.
Oh, wow.
And
were your parents in addiction, or?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
My mom being from Mexico, and mom was a gangster, bro.
Yeah.
She cooked dope, fucking. She was slugged out, gold teeth, top and bottom, like
a chola.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad started out with drinking. He always smoked weed. It turned into pills, pain pills, when those got popular. By the time I was 16, I was smoking weed with my dad. My grandmother didn't know. She'd killed him. But it's just slowly how things progressed. Anyway, going back again. Let's see. Right after Katrina, me and Jessica split up. Enough was enough. Well, Brittany came along, and she'd been watching kids for me and everything else. And one thing led to another, and that's how my fourth child came along.
Okay.
But shortly after, going through divorce court, I found out, because I once upon a time worked offshore, they wanted $1,950 a month for child support.
Man.
Yeah, so I went and got a vasectomy.
You're like, no more.
Yeah, no more, man. No more, because I didn't know how I was going to get out of it, which I never did. I had wound up paying it, but it wasn't quite $1,950 a month. I'm still behind her a little bit, but not like crazy behind like I was. Now came back to Oklahoma City. I went to rehab, did my thing. When I got out of rehab, started right back where I picked off at. Heroin, meth, whatever. Still living in my mom's house. I met Brandy at the time, and I was completely honest with her about my addiction, about what I was doing, everything when we got together. She was with it. I guess she couldn't just fathom how bad it was or what it was like when you got dope sick,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, when she got a good dose of it, she was gave me the option, and I actually quit heroin for her. I quit messing around with meth for a little while. Was doing good. House, in Guthrie, doing nice. She's going through a divorce with her kids, trying to get kids and shit. After fast forward a little bit, COVID hit. So when COVID hits, I lose my job. Then I lose the house. I lose the 2 cars that's not paid for. We got 1 vehicle that's paid for, that I bought for her when we first got together. Mm-hmm. We wound up homeless in the streets of Oklahoma City, up there where I work at right now, the homeless lodge. Yeah. Wound up homeless there, dude. I meet some people, and I start running errands for people. And, we got mixed up with the wrong people. And next thing I know, within the first year, we both got a green light on us because I refused to participate in one of their activities. I refused to participate in it because I still got morals. And that's the type of people you don't tell no to, But I told them no anyway. I told them I'd rather die. Right. When they gave me the option, it was like they was going to kill me and put Brandy in a cage and sell her. And I told them I'd rather die. Right. And it led into a crazy life, man. Like gun battles, shootouts, fucking done. Name gets cleared years later. But from some of the hard times and stuff, like I told these people, at the time I was making Crime Stoppers on a daily basis on the shit I was pulling being homeless. Right. And, battling with them. And finally, we came together and I told them, I was like, look, man, I make Crime Stoppers on a daily basis. I know you've seen my face. You've been watching the news. You have to see it. You know what I mean? Now, we keep this shit up because I'm not giving up. It's knowing I'm not going to sit down and let you do what you want to do. Right. No. So if we don't come to an agreement, you know what I'm saying? It's going to make national news. And shit's going to shut down,
The spotlight's going to come on.
The spotlight's going to come on. It's going to come on you. You know what I mean?
So it's a mutual understanding at the end of the day.
Mutual understanding to come together. Yeah. I kept my mouth shut all the way up to this podcast here, and I'm being very vague with it. Because kids were threatened and everything else. And not only were kids threatened, they came to me, I was very private about my life. They knew my kids' names. They knew where my kids were at. They knew her kids' names and where they were at. And her kids were way closer than mine. So I just, just that, and you gotta keep the code, So I cut my mouth shut. Anyway, fast forward to it. I'm still toting a pistol. We're still homeless. I'm back to running errands and taking care of things for them. And they stay at my speed at this time. Mm-hmm. I don't have to evolve into the other things they got going on because I don't believe in that. Which running drugs was pretty much ruining people's lives too. But it wasn't what they're doing. Anyway, so I run drugs for them. I'm stealing copper, stealing bikes, stealing commercial breakers off commercial buildings. Jeez. And when I'm stealing copper, dude, I'm not robbing houses and shit for them. I'm going to supply houses. Yeah. Supply OG&E, the big copper wire and all. And I still know the guy now, one of these places where I can go to and I can sell. If I got 1,400 pounds of copper, which I got caught with 1,400 pounds. Right. I was on my way to go sell it. I can sell it all. They will take it from me.
Yeah, which I guess now you need a license to even...
You need a license to sell. Isn't that wild? After 35 pounds, yes.
That's wild.
Well, the commercial breakers, you don't need a license for.
Oh, okay.
And I used to sell them. I know right where to go, but I stole the stick out of an OG&E truck, right? To trip transformers on the poles.
Yeah.
So I stole the stick and I'd go and I'd open up the boxes on 2 buildings side by side, had the boxes facing each other, because one breaker is $1,200, bro. Yeah. You get 9 of the square D ones with the pigtail on it, the secondary ground. 9 of those, bro, is $1,000. You know what I mean, dude? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was a David living, bro. Like fucking, I was living high on the hog. I shouldn't have been homeless because I could have paid for stuff, but the thing was, if you're grounded, you're steady. It's easier to hit a target that's not moving than it is to hit a moving target.
Right.
You know, so eventually I did get his house, but we lost it because, you know, the moving target thing and all, and I just refused to pay. And then I still dabble a little bit with heroin and cocaine. And when I mix the two together, I get really paranoid, and there's no telling. I'm carrying a gun.
And did you at this point know you were addicted, or you didn't care? Like, how were your feelings on addiction at this point?
I knew I had a problem, but when I had heroin, when I was with heroin, it wasn't. So if you ever done opiates, anybody's done opiates, they know. At first, it starts off with fun, you know, then it turns into addiction. Then it turns into just getting by. You don't get high no more.
You're just maintaining to
maintain.
Yeah,
to live.
Right.
You know? So I figured I passed the phase of addiction and went to something way more legal, you know? I had to have it.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that at some point it does turn past addiction. It does. Exactly.
It does. And then I realized here recently what my addiction really was, you know, the paperwork that you have to do here, that first step. I realized what my addiction really was, and it's the needle. It's not the meth, it's not the heroin, it's, you know, actually what I started off with, but, you know, it was a good feeling, you know, like, if you ever, I don't ever recommend it, but, you know, it's a euphoria, bro, and it's a warmth. Yes, it doesn't start in one place, and it starts at the core in the middle of your body, but it starts all the way through, and it works its way outward.
Right.
And that was the best feeling ever, bro, right? But you only got that once a day, you know?
Right, and after a certain point, you're just chasing that and not getting it.
You're not getting it, no more.
Doses
whatsoever.
Keep upgrading, I mean, they start going up.
You know, and then fentanyl is introduced to the game.
Oof.
And it was real crazy, bro. I lost a good friend of mine back home. Pistol is what we call him. Billy Intrican was his name, though. He did a little too big of a dose, but he didn't overdose. But the people that was with him, they thought he was dead. So they dumped his body behind Fred's dollar store in Picayune, Mississippi.
Dang.
And he died there because they dumped him. And this is back when, you know, if you show up at the hospital with somebody's ODing, you're in trouble too. And then they started that law, you know, you won't be in trouble until someone can die.
Right.
I got a cousin, Whitney. He's died so many times, dude. 17 times he overdosed. He had a triple bypass surgery on his heart, right? He had that at the age of 24. He overdosed so many times, just on heroin. As a matter of fact, heroin made my teeth so brittle, you know, with a simple little mishap here in Oklahoma City. You know, one kick to the face, dude, it knocked out. You seen what my teeth looked like when I got here.
Yeah.
I mean, you seen my mugshot. I had to bring my mugshot in because I didn't have no ID.
Yeah.
You know? It's just, addiction took a lot for me, man. It took not just 3 of my kids, you know, it took all 4, but they didn't walk the path I'm on. You know, they're, my youngest son, Chance, he's in the Army. The oldest son joined the Navy. My 2 daughters are doing great. You know, I just had a granddaughter born back in December.
Wow, congratulations.
So, you know, and I mean, they're doing great. They didn't get to experience the addiction lifestyle. They didn't, which is great. I believe that's a direct result of not being around me, not seeing it.
Okay.
You know, because we do learn our habits from our parents. I believe love and everything. It's an example. Correct. You know what I mean? If your parents stay together and they got a marriage, you know, good marriage, and they work it out, and 9 times out of 10, you do the same.
Right.
You know, that's what you look for in life.
For example type.
Yeah, lead by example. So, in a way, I'm glad I wasn't there, but, you know, I missed the ball games, and, you know, I missed all the good stuff. And, or being called dad at that. You know what I mean, dude? Not just, right now they call me by my first name. When they want to talk to me, you know, but we're progress. From no contact to,
you're in that progress stage.
Yeah. I'm in progress with a lot, man. When I came in here, dude, I had nothing. The clothes on my back. I mean, it looks like I'm leaving with nothing, but I got a bunch of stuff now. You know what I mean?
You do.
What I lost, you know, all except for my dog, you know, my service animal, I still got her, I hope.
What kind was she?
Pit bull.
A pit bull. Okay, nice.
Yeah, she was with me all through the homelessness. When Brandy would leave, I'd have her. You know, it kept me from. It wasn't Brandy. Like Brandy was never a burden. You know what I mean? But she was housewife. You know, and I stuck it out with her because the woman told me one time she'd sleep in a cardboard box on the sidewalk with me. It never mattered, you know, because I was kicking myself in the ass being homeless, bro. Like not making no money the way I'm supposed to or what I'm doing, you know. And she told me it never mattered, you know. She loved me, and then she proved that she'd sleep on the sidewalk with me one night when, you know, the coldest night, you know, of the year. I think it was like 18 degrees that night, and dude, she thugged it out with me, bro. Like, wow. So, but there were times that she would leave, but she always came back. I don't know why, but she always came back, you know. So, anyway, she's got PJ, I hope. Like I said, she hasn't talked to me since I got arrested. October 17th, we got into a fight. Right before I left, I went out and to go get copper.
Same old copper. That seems to be everyone's downfall, too.
I went out to get copper. I didn't get caught, but I did have a little over a quarter pound of dope in my backpack.
Oh, man.
I had a couple other things, you know, and another pistol. But the cop was real cool, man. Like, so I took off running. It was like a fucking movie, right? And I don't want to turn my flashlight on because, you know, we're in the dark and shit. And he followed the flashlight. Fucking tree branch going across the trail, dude, that I completely forgot about. I've been on this trail 10,000 times. Wow, right across the nose. I mean...
Knocked you out?
No, it put me on my ass, though.
Yeah.
Long enough for him to catch me, right? Well, he took my backpack off in the woods. And still to this day, I can't figure out if he left it there on purpose because he knew something was in it and he was trying to cut me some slack.
Or it could have been an intervention of some sort. Like God, you know?
It had to be. But the man left that backpack sitting there on that trail. He never called for backup. Brought me out the woods. Fucking asked me why I ran. But then I was like, by the time, you know, I was sick of it. I knew I was caught. You know, and I was just like, fuck it, dude. You know, and that was not my spiritual awakening, but that was my surrender. When I, you know, and then when I heard
that was your rock bottom, per se.
That was my surrender, dude. Because I've been through this with drug court. I was on the run with drug court, man. I lost everything, dude. You know, it took me forever. Brandy just came back when I got arrested, you know. Hell, it was 9 months she was gone. 10 months. 10 months she was gone. Wouldn't speak to me, wouldn't do nothing. And we get into a fight. Her birthday was October 2nd. I took her out and, you know, we trying to make up. And here we go, you know, me promising, I'm not going to get arrested. I'm not going to get arrested. I'm not going to get arrested. I got arrested.
Yeah. So you get arrested on this trail.
I get arrested on the trail.
And what moves forward from there?
So I noticed my point of surrender. I know what the problem is. You know, I find a common denominator before I even got here. I already knew, you know, but when I went to court, I asked him, just go ahead and send me to prison. Let's just get this over with.
Because you need help. I need help. Yeah.
And he said, no, I got something else for you. And he sent me here, first step. So my mind was already made up when I got here. That's why it was so easy for me to just
go through the program and just
go through it. Because my mind was already made up. You know, I keep losing everything every time I go to jail. And it seems like I frequent jail a lot when I'm fucking up. You know what I mean, dude? But I've had them things where, you know, things go good for me, right? So like I had this burst of sobriety where I get a degree in applied science, or, you know, I get a good job, you know, like I had project manager, things like that, dude. Or when I worked offshore, dude, like I worked up the coast of Sierra Leone in Africa, dude, for Tidewater. Wow. It was a fucking badass job, bro. Really? I was making like 186 a year.
I am sure. It sounds like you're pretty set up, man. And
untaxed.
But also that's why I think that you're going to have such an easy time going back to it. Because all you need is just that structure back in your life, and you're ready. You know what to do.
Well, I know what to do, and I know I'm fed up. The job that I got now, dude, I'm in the trenches, man. I'm right where everything started for me, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's powerful. You're able to do that.
It is. It's powerful. I'm able to walk out, even get out the car there in that parking lot without somebody taking a shot at me, or, you know, people's already offered. oh man, you know what, my old plug come up, man. Bro, if you want, man, I'll push you 5 pounds. You can leave right now, man. We'll get you back on your feet. And, you know, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, get me back on my feet. Does it look like I'm not on my feet right now? You know, I mean, I might not be where I was at with money wise, but where I'm at right now is solid. And it's not shaky.
And it's where recovery comes intact, is that we don't need all those things we had in the past, which is the money, getting things easily handed off to us, That's the important part of it, is being able to decipher both of those. Dude,
I'll become a rich man if I can get Brandy back and be able to start seeing my kids and my grandkids. I'll be the richest man in the world. Because you can't take any of that to heaven. The money, cars, clothes, none of it. You can't.
Very well said. I love
that. And I learned that way before here. I learned, but I just never put it into practice.
Okay.
I never put anything into practice, right? So
you get out, you come here, and had you been introduced to any program before, any recovery centers, any?
Well, I did Salvation Army, the ARC, before I came here, but it was 2018 I graduated. Come here, but like I said, back then, dude, it was just get people off my back.
It's when we hit our rock bottom, that's when we are able to take this serious.
I think when you hit rock bottom, and like when I coming in, bro, my mind was made up. And it's probably a good thing Brady didn't contact me, because if she would have, I probably would have left, because I've done it before. Brent would drop me off somewhere, and he's driving off one way, and I'm walking the other. I'm not even trying to hide it from him, dude. Right. And I'm telling him the whole time he's dropping me off. I'm like, dude, I'm going AWOL. You know what I mean? Fuck drug court, fuck you, fuck what you say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? I'm just not ready.
And what were things that made you leave in the past? And I think this is important to hit on, because
the things that made me leave in the past was pain.
Okay.
So my family, my entire family, except for my kids, and I got one sister, is dead. You know what I mean? My mom, my dad, my grandparents.
Sorry to hear that.
So I have nobody, and then me and Jennifer, we really don't get along. But she'll put money on my books. She'll put money on my books and stuff like that, bro. But she's not gonna come from Omaha, Nebraska to come see me.
All right.
She's got to keep her name clean. She works with the FBI. Her husband is an Air Force Master Sergeant. So nice. They gotta have clearance. You know what I mean? Like I said, dude, I come from a good family, bro. It's just I'm a black sheep.
Right.
But they say the black sheep always wins. Hey. So we're gonna find out.
We are. We're gonna find out.
But anyway, coming here, bro. I was just ready, right? Then they gave me a job, with HCC, and that looked promising. But then, it just didn't work out. Like everything happens for a reason, right? I would have been making good money at ATC. Nick would let me stay. I would have been making good money there. Graduating. I was even told if I left First Step that I could just come to ATC and go to work.
Right.
But I decided to stay. But because of drug court, I wouldn't. I'm not fucked up about it. I'll take off on drug court. I'm not worried about it. Right? Like.
What was the difference? What made you stay?
Change.
Okay.
Change, bro. Wanting it, dude. Like, if I go back on a run from drug court or run from anything, dude, right? It's gonna be the same pattern. I'm gonna lose everything.
The vicious cycle.
Exactly, dude. And whether I make it through it or not, bro, it's that's inevitable. You know what I mean, bro? But in order to change it, bro, you got to change yourself. And when I say change, it's got to be everything. Everything.
People, places, and things.
If it wasn't for drug court, dude, if it wasn't for drug court, bro, I would load up and probably leave the state. You know what I mean? But I got to stay here. A lot of reasons I don't go home. You know what I mean? I mean, we got land paid off that we still own. There's a house there for me.
Yeah. I will tell you what, drug court has changed the lives of many people. I really wish this was a program that was implemented through most of America, because I've seen the difference it's made here firsthand. Hundreds of people.
It has. And one thing that's important for people in recovery to understand, dude, is, okay, like First Step, right? First Step gave me a place to stay. They gave me a job. They gave me security, right? But the foundation, I did, not First Step. You know what I mean? The work, I did. Not First Step. You know what I mean? First Step gave me that stepping stone to step into that.
That structure.
right? So other than that, and it's what people has to look at, like look at where you came from and where you're going. You're not going to be able to tell it because it's not going to happen all at once. You gotta. It's slow,
and that's the hardest part about it.
And if you don't recognize it and thank God for everything, every little thing, like first I got my birth certificate, and I got my ID, and I got my teeth. I was really insecure about my teeth.
Yeah.
I got a job, dude. Like sober living. Like sober living fell out for me yesterday, right? When I was supposed to go to first, I talked to him 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, we'll have a bed. We got it. Well, I called him yesterday to check in with him.
Failed.
Yep. So I pick up the phone, dude, and I find one in three calls. Right, it was all God, and it put me right where I need to be, dude. Right there in the area. I can walk to court. I can walk to the person up, take my drug test. I can walk to work. All right there.
And that is so great that happened, because half the stress once you get into sober living is get into the places you need to go.
Well, now it's the anxiety, of getting there, because now I'm having to live with several other people and
strangers at that.
And how you've been in sober living. You know how it goes. Something comes up missing. Oh, it's a new guy.
Right.
Something got misplaced. Oh, the new guy took it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this didn't happen. It's the new guy.
Established. Yeah.
Dude. And my mentality, dude, is just not. It's not that. And that's another good thing. Like my temper has changed. Because I was quick not to only pull the gun out, but I quick to use it, bro. Like really quick.
Right.
The guy that told on me, bro. Like long story, but shorten it up. He told on me, bro. I was in the midst of looking for him too. It was the reason I was toting a pistol. You know what I mean? But now I look at him telling on me as a blessing.
Right.
Because I leveled up. I leveled up spiritually, everything, dude. I leveled up. Not saying I might not crack his head when I see him, because he did break the code.
Right.
But he doesn't have to worry about me shooting.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was a blessing in disguise.
And God does things in very, very, how do I put it? He does things for a reason. Coincidences are not a thing in my eyes.
No coincidence ain't, but happenstance, kind of is, kind of not. But I don't look at that, I got here, bro, and I dug in. I put my headphones in. I made Mad Team, right? I made Mad Team phase 1.
Right, yeah, I do remember that.
I got bottom rack, dude, my third day here. Got a set of earbuds, and I put my earbuds in, I got the best job that was here, bro. Like, and that was all things to be grateful for. All things to thank God, you know what I mean? Because, like, everybody else was making $20 every 2 weeks, bro. I'm bringing in $400 from ATC.
Right.
That was something to be grateful for. It was small, and people don't look at it, but, you thank God for it. You know what I mean? And as you notice it, you notice the growth, right? And that's one thing I learned here. One of the things I learned here, dude. Another thing I learned here was patience, and more importantly, dude, to love myself before anybody else. You know what I mean? I learned the true meaning of that. I got an awesome church. They do anything and everything they can for me. Pastor Brent's coming to read me out tonight.
That's awesome.
And going to give me a ride to sober living. It's just, this place has really gave me what I needed. You know what I mean? And
you're able to breathe in your recovery now. I can see that.
I'm comfortable in my skin.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm comfortable. Because when I got here, even though I was ready to surrender, and like going to jail, bro, the most comforting sound in jail for me was that door closing behind me. I knew it was over. It was over. And the way I felt, man, was like, I got the chance to sit there and be like, okay, so Stoner let me sit a while before he sent me the first step. He wanted me, I guess he wanted me to think epiphany, which it worked.
Yeah.
I sat a while, dude, and I realized what it was. Found a common denominator here in paperwork, and I just started working with it, dude. A lot of shit, like when I was on Mad Team, bro, like I get aggravated. So I'm like, oh, come sign off on this or whatever, because I'm in my earbuds, dude. I'm doing my thing, bro. Like I'm watching these spiritual things. I'm learning how to grow. I'm learning about love and things like that. And what it actually is, where it comes from, bro. Soul contracts and things, chakras. I never knew what the hell that was until I got here, bro. How to meditate.
You missed me with that.
Yeah, meditate, dude. What the fuck is that?
Right.
I learned all this shit here, bro. It was, and then to touch on AA, right? So I hated the meetings, dude. Like, I really hated the meetings. And this is one of the good things, all the way up until yesterday, I was like, man, this shit is fucking useless, dude. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, come on, man, really? But yesterday, when that sober living fell through, I called Austin, right? Comes out and speaks, and I called Austin. Austin made a phone call for me, called, sent me their number, said, call this guy right now. I called him. Damn, sober living was right there.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing. So they don't lie about their promises and things like that. I mean,
no, they are truly people who are here to help the community.
And so the 90 meetings in 90 days is still going to be really.
It was tough for me at first doing those 90 meetings, 90 days. I hit about my 60th meeting the last time I relapsed, and the one day I missed the meeting, I relapsed. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know if it was just what happened, but I'm telling you, I was in that mindset. I'm not going to a meeting today. I'm going to miss it. Opportunities came through, and I wasn't strong enough to go to a meeting, and I relapsed. I mean, it's 90 meetings for 90 days. Take it as a foundation setter, or I don't know what it is, but cliches are cliches for a reason. Let me just tell you that. And it might be tough with your work schedule, and, just try to do it at the beginning until you get set up.
I got to do one a day. For sober living, so I got to do one a day for the entire day I'm there, entire time I'm there. I got to check in every hour until I get a full-time job. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And I don't know how to take in things and go with because I'm still in drug court, so I got drug tests 10 times a month. I still got three counseling meetings a week with Red Rock. Yeah. And it was usually every other day. Every other day. So they had it spaced out to where I had no time to do nothing but drug.
And they're slowly giving you that structure to where you're going to be able to do these things without them having to be on you, and they're noticing, it's working for you.
Well, being here, so I went an entire year phase 1 in drug court, but being here, I phased up to phase 3, 2 weeks of clean UAs, I go to phase 4, and then aftercare. By the time I make the aftercare, hopefully they knock it down in 3 months,
right.
But if not, no big deal, no problem. I'm anxious to get that out of the way. You know what I mean? Anxious to get drug court out the way. Anxious to get just my life back. I know I don't need control of the wheel right now, but just having the option to take control, like, that would be nice.
And that's where this is that you've taught yourself here is gonna come into play. This is when you need to use all those tools you put in your AA bag and to build this 12-step ladder. We get all these tools that are handed here. And if your foundation's strong on that ladder, it's gonna be all come at its time. It really will.
Yeah, I know, bro. It's all timing, but just having the option. It's like none of us were criminals, bro. None of us want to be under somebody's thumb.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, on closing thoughts, what is something you would tell someone that's maybe thinking about detox, rehab, or sober living? Like, what are some initial thoughts that, as an addict, put yourself back into that mindset?
Back in that mindset, you just have to give up, bro. You got to hit rock bottom, and here's a cliche. I fucking hate them, but do it for yourself. Nobody else. It's not gonna happen. You're just wasting your time. It's like they say in the meetings. Don't waste your time, dude. Go out there and hit rock bottom, and then come back and start working then, because it'll take hold. And hopefully you make it.
And we know what that vicious cycle's like. We really do. So you're very right on that. Well, man, if you don't have any other thoughts, I think this has been perfect. Thank you for sharing. And I mean, you've been great. And as we close out today's episode, remember that recovery isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Keep taking the next right step.